Welcome to lesson 107, Finding Common Denominators. This lesson will greatly prepare you for adding and subtracting fractions that don't have common denominators. But for now, we're just going to compare fractions with this technique. Now, you have 3/8 and 5/7 up here, and you're asked to compare them. Which one's greater, or are they equal? Now, one technique you could do is just draw them. You could draw a circle, cut it into eighths, and draw a circle and cut it into sevenths, shade 3 of them, shade 5 of them, and see which one looks bigger. Now that becomes quite difficult to do accurately. You could also use something called cross products. Now cross products in comparing fractions is probably the easiest and fastest way. In cross products, you just multiply the opposite corners, like an x. 7 times 3 is 21, 8 times 5 is 40. Which one's bigger? 21 or 40. 40 is greater, so this fraction is greater. Let's try that technique one more time. 11 times 5 is 55. See how I just multiplied the corners, the opposite ends? 6 times 9 is 54. Wow, these fractions are very close, but 55 is greater than 54, so 5/6 is greater than 9/11. Now, if you were to try to draw 5/6 and 9/11, they would be so close you probably could not tell the difference between them. But cross products tells us exactly that this is a little bit bigger. 5/6 is a little bit bigger. Now, finding common denominators uses a completely different technique. Let me draw two more up there so you can see. Now in your book, you are asked to show that you have made these into common denominators before you compare. I could look at this and go, this is 14, this is 15, this side's bigger. But to show common denominators, you're going to need to cross out the denominators and rewrite a new fraction. And to do that, you want to know what is the least common multiple, a previous lesson, least common multiple of these denominators. Where does a 2 and a 15 meet? If I were to count by 2s, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 15s, 15, 30, 45, 60, where will they meet? And the answer is, for 15 and 2, they're going to meet at 30, right? Now, you have to multiply how many times that number needs to be multiplied to make 30. So 15 needs to be multiplied by 2. And 2 needs to be multiplied times 15. And now, I have to change my denominator and my numerator. Because whatever you do to the bottom, you have to do to the top. So, 2 times 15 is 30. 2 times 15 is 30. Common denominators. 2 times 7 is 14. And 15 times 1 is 15. What's greater? 15 30ths or 14 30ths? 15 30ths is a little bit greater. Okay, let's try that again. 5 and a 10. Where are they going to meet? Where's the spot that they have in common? This one's kind of nice because they meet at 10. 10 could stay by itself, but we will have to change the 5. And how do you change a 5 into 10? You double it, right? You multiply it times 2. 2 times 5 is 10. Whatever you do to the bottom, you have to do to the top. 2 times 4 is 8. You've just made an equivalent fraction for 4/5, but you've made it 8/10. Now it's easy to compare. 8/10 or 3/10. 8/10 is definitely greater, and now you know which one to mark for the greater sign. Okay? If you have any questions with finding common denominators, ask me and I'd be glad to help because this is going to be very valuable in adding and subtracting fractions later on in the year. Thanks.